When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
It's a hashtag feud, the tension brews, opinions clash like unstoppable views. A digital brink where patience shatters with each post and each fiery scatter. Just retweets, clashes and echoes of grins. They say that the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, mine's a keyboard. So go to war if that's what makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline. It's like a drug, it's poison in my mind. My thumb is the trigger, and I've got you in my sights. And if it's all part of God's plan, I'd like to have a word with him. I'm not a fan, so take me to war. I hope it makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline.
All right. Welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole tonight. Well, I guess it's almost 5 p.m. here on the West Coast. You know, I used to when I was a child, I played this game called Husker Du. And it was a board game where you had to match the similar drawings or symbols. And the person who could remember where that other symbol was the quickest, right? And then the new one comes up is basically the winner. It's remembering patterns is how the game goes. And this translates over to everything really for me. When I watch people or I listen to people on shows and I listen to what they say, and then they may overhear say something different. I have to question it. Like I'm that person. I'm that person that is going to speak out of not be with the group, not going to hush because I need to belong to a particular group, or I have to have people like me or like what I have to say. And for example, one of the things I noticed with David Shurter was that he directed people to his blog. This, about 6 months ago, and I said, I got a source. Gabe Hoffman is guilty, and the source was a white nationalist, and the link was Kiwi Farms, and so I would say, I'm speculating. Well, because Gabe Hoffman is Jewish, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't you think that source was biased in what they may be saying about Gabe Hoffman? And, I said, I think it's contradictory. It doesn't make sense that David would be accusing people of being Nazi, child traffickers, satanic, and then use a white nationalist as an argument against somebody who's Jewish that he's accusing. Now, I doesn't anybody get that? Do you get that? Like, the people that support David Shurter, you're over there donating and supporting what he says and buying into what he says. Don't you get that? Don't you question those types of things from David Shurter? Why are you allowing yourself to accept that? What is this? Is it cognitive dissonance? Like what is it really? I mean, inquiring minds would like to know. I would like to know. I would like to know how anybody can believe what he says after admitting that Sarah R. Adams offered him $5,000 to take me down. to lie about me and her ex-business partner. She has donated to him. She's even admitted that she's donated to him. And yet, that doesn't seem to bother anybody. It doesn't seem to bother anybody that doesn't matter what anybody tells David. Just because he doesn't like somebody, he's just going to make up whatever lie he's going to make up about them. And he's actually going to accept money from people. Like, okay, I know, I talk about journalism a lot, but journalism and what we do on YouTube and on a podcast matters. Integrity matters. Like, as a journalist, if you're taking money from the source that you're reporting on, you're considered compromised. That's why I didn't take any crypto from Thomas Schoenberger when he offered it to me. I'm not tainted by anybody's money. I'm clean. So I'll say what I believe to be the truth. I'll ask the questions that I want to ask on Not My Rabbit Hole. And one of the questions that I have is, now what's recently happened, and I put up some videos because David Shurter wants to make it act like I'm the one who said that there was talk that they were saying that David came to them and asked them about putting a hit on us and what that price would be. And David, if you're listening, I think maybe you should be listening, since this pretty much, involves you, right? We all called, a lot of us called the Shelby County Sheriff's Department. And there was a deputy that investigated the allegations, the things that were said on Sewer Town. I don't know if they watched Sewer Town's video, but I'm assuming that if they were really investigating it, they should have heard it. And I get told a week ago, last Friday, that there's nothing they can do about it with David and the allegations or whatever, because David just went and mentioned it, mentioned about it, but he didn't really take any action. So there's nothing that they can really do. It was never really solidified. But I'm kind of scratching my head, because I almost felt like, and like he said, like what they said, what Sharilynn, what Smokey said, was that he wasn't coming to them. Like, David Shurter wasn't coming to them to ask about the hit and about the $5,000 that it would cost. I mean, like, where did the $5,000 question, the $5,000 price actually really come from? Now, I want to go back. I did pulled up the smoking gun, and I want to go back, and I want to look, and I'm not going to answer anybody's questions yet. I mean, if Sharilynn and Smokey want to come up after I've done my discussion here and kind of reiterate like what really went down here, so that I can actually really understand how they can sit on this for 6 months, because they said this happened in July, but we're hearing about it in January. I mean, I don't know. I would think that if I heard somebody come to me and ask me what my resources were in actually killing people, that at the time they believed we were pedophiles, I would think that immediately you would call law enforcement about that. But why do we get to hear about it 6 months later? I mean, that's question number one for me. So put that in your pocket there. I want to know why it took 6 months to have it even come out in the open. I think that's a valid question. And another thing that, so anyways, I'm going to do a share of the actual, hold on. Yeah. Just give me a second. I had it ready for a moment ago. Okay, here it is. So let's go back and listen to what happened that night. I just want to hear it again one more time. What was really said. I just want to go back. Oh, I guess I should make sure that I have a fair use banner going. Okay, let's go.
Used to talk. It was me, David, and Sherilynn. We always had a three-way conversation. And here's one thing I could say is that I know a lot about cults. I was young, dumb, and stupid at one point, and I used to drug deal. I don't anymore. I did it from when I was 6 years old until the time I was 18. And during that time, I joined a cult. Y'all can look up this cult. This is a legit cult. It's called the Hellfire Club. Aleister Crowley was a part of this cult. And I was scrolling one day and I heard, fuck these pedophiles.
Okay, so right now he's talking about he was in a cult called the Hellfire Club. Now, let me just look up the Hellfire Club just for a moment. It's not exactly what it was. The Hellfire Club refers to a real 18th century British secret societies known for debauchery and blasphemy and fictionalized versions and Marvel comics. So it started in Britain. It's featured in Stranger Things. I'm just gonna pull up Wikipedia and I'm just going really quick. Okay, the name most commonly refers to Francis Dashwood's Order of the Friars of St. Francis of Wycombe. Such clubs were rumored to have served as the meeting places of persons of quality who wished to take part in socially taboo activities, and the members were often involved in politics. Neither the activities nor membership or the clubs are easy to ascertain. The clubs allegedly had distant ties to an elite society known as the Order of the Second Circle. The first official Hellfire Club was founded in London in 1718 by Philip Wharton, 1st Duke of Wharton, and a handful of other high society friends. The most notorious club associated with the name was established in England, Francis Dashwood, and met irregularly from around 1749 to around 1760, and possibly up until 1766. Then you go on and it says, Sir Francis Dashwood instead met at George and Vulture Inn. The Virgins Club motto was, it's a French word, do what thou wilt, a philosophy associated with Francois, another French name, a fictional abbé at Thulem and later used by Aleister Crowley. So I guess it was later used by Aleister Crowley. According to Wikipedia, I mean, I don't want to, split hairs on this right now. But let's go back to Smokey. So Smokey was, he's basically saying he was in a club that was started in the 17th century. So, but you know what? Maybe there is a view out in the Midwest. There's a group out in the Midwest that are, gang members that are, anti-pedo or something. Let's go back.
Hellfire Club. Aleister Crowley was a part of this cult. And I was scrolling one day and I heard, fuck these pedophiles. And I said, wait, what? Because I hate fucking pedophiles.
Right.
I went to prison. I'm going to say this without saying it. You know what I mean? I went to prison because this dude did something to my sister. I still got his tooth in my knuckle. Y'all can see that or not. Yeah, that's from a pedophile.
Wow.
I mean, even over here on the right, you can see Aussie John saying Stranger Things in Jesse's stream.
Beat this dude until he was almost dead. I was looking at 50 years to life because I had attempted murder, breaking and entering, destruction of private property, torturing, all types of charges. I was completely out of it. And apparently right before I left out the door, I said, I'm going to fucking kill him. And I meant it.
Obviously was trying to convince you that I was a child trafficker and a pedo.
Well, you see, here's the deal with that. Just let y'all know this. At first, y'all was in deep threat.
So, did you say that to the sheriff? Did you say that to the sheriff, Smokey, that we were all in deep threat?
And the reason why I say that is because I think y'all know I'm a part of an organization. David has said it a couple of times on his stream. I'm in a wood chipper gang.
A wood chipper gang, okay.
Which is a branch off of the MS-13s.
A branch off of the MS-13s.
We believe all pedophiles should be put in a wood chipper.
And that was something that David Shurter was joking about on his channel.
I've been kind of on edge because of all these threats that have been made. I've had people threaten to come to my house.
And I was like, if you ever put my name in with any type of motherfucking pedophile, I'm going to come over and I'm going to show you who I really fucking am, David. I know your fucking address. Don't fuck with me. Oh, no. If I really wanted to, I could just make a phone call. He'd be disappeared.
Okay, so right there, he is, threatening David Shurter and saying that all he had to do was make a phone call and make somebody disappear. So what? Can you make a phone call and make us disappear, Smokey? I mean, did you say that to the sheriff when they investigated this? I'm just curious.
I have 4 favors I can call in from them because of how much business I did with them. Hey, Sharilynn, can I please just tell them what David asked me to do? Just put it to you like this, okay? Whenever I first met David, I just came off of a really bad accident. I was on a lot of pain pills. And I don't usually take pills, but I got stabbed 30 times, man, like 3 years ago. And, so pretty much I was kind of, blinded a little bit. David was going to, Sherilynn's a witness. She just told me I can tell that y'all. Because remember, I told y'all I was going to leave some shit out.
Yeah.
But David, you know how he says he does not promote violence, right?
Right.
He's a goddamn lie. He literally told me, he said, I'm saving up money to pay you to put a hit out on them.
Okay, there it is. I'm saving up money for you to put a hit out on them. Did you say that to the sheriff, guys? Did you say that, Sharilynn? Did you say that? Because when I talked to the sheriff, he made it sound like, no, it wasn't like that. He just mentioned it, that he was thinking about putting out a hit. Did you say he was saving up money to have Smokey put a hit on out on them? On us?
I'm out of that life, bro. I put the hood behind me.
So I went in David's chat only one time, as I said, And I very politely said to Dave, please stop defaming me and my family. You're trying to put a target on our back as if we're pedophiles.
Smokey, do you have written evidence that David is saving up $5,000 to have you?
No, it was just me, Sherilyn, and him on a conference call, because when I do things, I don't do things
Well, I
that
think you should-
incriminate me.
I think you
You know?
should report that.
If David actually had said that to you, that's something that a sheriff could
I'm not
actually
going to
take
talk over a bunch
action
of
on.
men.
Hey, Jesse,
I'll call him. I got no problems calling him.
So Smokey, I'm probably going to reach out to a sheriff's office. I'm just going to ask you point blank. So he wanted to save money up to have you, to pay you to put a hit on somebody.
To pay Smokey to put a hit on somebody, to pay Smokey. Did you say that to the sheriff, Smokey?
Was
Yes.
I that somebody? Was I included in that?
To all of y'all, like everybody that was involved, including Thomas at the time. Because I mean, how do you know if anybody's telling the truth at first?
Well, because you fucking know, because firstly you've been around it, so you know when someone's at least half real, right?
Well,
You understand.
honestly, I've been around so many fakes, bro. It's hard to tell the real
What?
ones.
Where was he going to get $5,000 from?
There's a lot of
Well, that is the price that Sarah Rachel Adams offered him. Ain't that right, Sarah?
history of the pedophilia in this location of the country. I'm not making excuses for being sucked in. I want to say, Jesse, that when
Sherilyn,
you
we
text,
love you, dude. Sherilyn, we love you. Don't think that we
thank
don't.
you. Thank you. Jesse, I must say, when you text me, and I had to ask, who is Jesse Davis? And David said, I don't know. And that, exactly. And it had been sewer town. And I don't want to speak for Smokey, but when we were all talking, you didn't seem like real people. You know what I mean? You seemed like you seemed.
And that's the problem of what David Shurter is doing to us. People don't think we're real people. They believe what he says. And there are people that think that, that they're just going to go ahead and take the law into their own hands.
Like a created group of evil individuals, and it is my own fault and my responsibility for supporting that. When we had that conversation on the phone with David, I mean, there was never a consideration of putting a hit out on anyone. It was shocked that he said that. When Smokey called me, he said, he really just said that.
It was never a consideration for any of you to put a hit out on us. Okay, but why couldn't you? Did you say that he went to Smokey because Smokey has these affiliations? Like, if you deleted that part, I have to say I'm not happy about it, because here's the deal. I feel like, because there's David Shurter screaming and yelling and saying things about me, saying things. I have questionable things on my cell phone. Every freaking day he goes up and says something. Today he said I needed to he was going to make me go down to my knees. But that should be okay because I'm used to doing that. Like, I have to have my person, my gender humiliated. Disgusting, foul things telling me I'm so manly that I should put a strap-on and bang Thomas Schoenberger. More than one video. I'm really done with this. And I have to say, I am disappointed about what happened, what may have been said. It doesn't sound like you told the police officer or the deputy who was investigating it, what was really said here. Because you might as well not even have brought it up, because I feel like I've gotten beaten around even more for it. I think I'd rather not know.
Didn't he? And I said, yeah, just like he said you were affable. He said it.
She was just scared about the wood chipper gang, and I was like, you don't ever have to worry about that. I was the only member in his chat that was a part of that gang other than one person, but I told him as soon as we all fell off, I was like, nah, bro, fuck that man.
Oh, may I have the floor?
No, I'm not just worried about the wood chipper gang. I'm not. I'm worried about what he continues to say on his channel about me. I'm worried about, like, he's got on his blog that I had CP on my phone. Not because I'm guilty, but because it's going to affect my algorithm. That it's a smear against me. And I get to have, like, just screaming and yelling and disgusting things. I know I'm not the only person that he's saying it to. But whatever.
Or please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Before
ma'am.
I forget. The issue of money.
No.
Before the falling out with Thomas, David told me that Thomas was sending him at least $500 a month.
Oh, really?
And
Yep.
yes. And
they're both agreeing on that. So I don't even understand if Thomas Schellenberger is giving him about $500 a month. And, in the show too, Sherilyn was saying, she bought him a computer and, gave him money and, maybe $200 a month or whatever. So let's say he's making $700 on top of his disability. Why the hell can't he pay his taxes? I mean, where is his money going to? Expensive gold thread for, a quilt that he miraculously made on an old sewing machine that, he's throwing up and saying, possibly selling that, probably was bought from a thrift store. Where's his money going?
that, I don't know, they picked it up where they left off, I think.
I don't
With
think
me out of the way. If that makes Terry feel any better, with me out of the way, it's Thomas. It's not a group of supporters. Do you hear what I'm telling you?
It's
hon?
Thomas. Yeah.
It's not a group. It's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Thank
doubt
you.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I don't know. I haven't looked at the chat yet. Hold on. I don't know if see, we've got Baby Fist, Aiken, and Sarin. I don't see any Sherilynn or a Smokey here. We don't have anybody from Sewer Town. But welcome, guys. So I think what I'm going to do now is just take a break and see if maybe we're going to play a few songs. And you know what? I think I might share the different versions of Bertaria that I created for my interview with Adam Camacho. And if you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend that you do, because it's one of the best interviews I've done here, I think, on Not My Rabbit Hole. Not to say that the other ones that I've done of late, but I just really think that one really came together really well. And so yeah, let me play a few things, and I'm gonna give, I don't know if Sherilynn or Smokey are around, but if they want to come up and talk to me right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put a and if you do want to come on screen, you're gonna have I'm only gonna be really accepting them. And anybody who wants to talk to me has to put their camera on and tell me, I got to know who you are. If that's going to happen. Okay. So I gotta see your face before if you want to put your camera on afterwards, that's fine. But I gotta see who you are. So, there's the StreamYard link, and I'm gonna, how do I pin it? I don't even know how to, all right. So this StreamYard link is in, wait. Maybe that's what it does. I start it. I got to learn something here. No, I don't want to ban myself from my own chat. Anyway, the link is there. And if you, maybe I can no, I can't move it up. The link is there. And if you want to join me, you guys, because if you want to answer my questions tonight, I won't be mean lady, I promise. But I'm welcoming you to answer my questions, because I'm just not satisfied with what happened and what was said and how it ended up, and how I understand what was said to the sheriff. And I'm not going to apologize for asking questions. I think these questions need to be asked. This is, I think, the first song. I think this is the one I played on the show. Let's play this one.
There was land on the edge of nowhere, and a voice on a glowing screen said, build it outside the system, said, this is what freedom means. They came with hope in their pockets and stories they wanted to prove. A crowd could feel like a family when everyone believes the same truth. So they called it the community, they called it a stand, but a vision gets heavy when it's held in one hand. Welcome to Ontario, a dream meets the ground, where the words sound louder than the silence around. You don't see the fault lines till the camera rolls back. This ain't the promise they sold you, but it's a story after the ad. After what bears in the comments, there were rules without names. Loyalty felt like shelter till it started to feel the same. Every joke had a lesson, every line had a side, and if you laughed at the wrong moment, you were standing outside. Who decides what's betrayal? Who decides what's a test? When a movement calls itself truth, what happens to the rest? This is Ontario. After the stream fades out, after the leaf stays quiet, and the believers sort it out. You don't leave with nothing, you don't leave unchanged. This ain't the myth they handed you, it's what remains. There was land on the edge of nowhere, and a voice on a glowing screen said, build it outside the system, said, this is what freedom means. They came with hope in their pockets and stories they wanted to prove. A crowd can feel like a family when everyone believes the same truth. They called it community, they called it a stand, but a vision gets heavier when it's held in one hand. Welcome to Ontario, where the dream meets the ground, where the words sound louder than the silence around. You don't see the fault lines till the camera rolls back. This ain't the promise they sold you, it's a story after the act. There were bears in the comments, there were rules without names. Loyalty felt like shelter till it started to feel the same.
Every line had a side. And if you laughed at the wrong moment, you were standing outside. Who decides what's betrayal? Who decides what's a test? When a movement calls itself truth, what happens to the rest? This is Berteria. After the stream fades out, after the land stays quiet, and the believers sort it out, you don't leave with nothing. You don't leave unchanged. This ain't the myth they handed you, it's what remains.
I still like the other one better, but there's a couple more. Okay, so Babyface asks, I was just making sure I'm following. I was cooking. Oh, okay. So he says, so you're wondering if Sherry and Smokey communicated the same thing they stated on the stream to the officers? Yes, that is what I'm wondering. Because I was one of the people that called his sheriff's department, and I talked to one of the deputies. I think it'd probably be better if I didn't really say his name, but I was talking to one of the deputies. I think there were 2 deputies that were working on the case. And, I heard of one of them being mentioned, and then I was referred to the other one. And on the first day that I talked to him, he said that he took what I said about what happened, and there was a lot of calls that came in for them, and he said that he spoke with Sharilynn, and that he asked her if she had anything in writing or anything that she could, a recording, but she didn't. But something that would be substantial that would prove of what she was saying, like a record of it somehow. And she said that she was going to go back and put those things together, and she was going to, be contacting him, on Friday. Well, I didn't. He told me last Friday, well, actually, that he was going to call me back on Friday because he would have had that information. He didn't call me on Friday, but he called me on, I believe it was Monday that he called me. And he said that, well, no, we're not going to be able to prosecute him, because what was given, basically what he was told was that David Shurter had talked to him in a conversation about taking a hit on us. That's it. That's it, pretty much. There was really nothing more than that. He talked to them about taking a hit about us. My question is well, did all the details go into it? He asked Smokey about the gang that he was, the MS-13 people, or the people that he has favors, or the people that he can just call up and make somebody vanish. Was he talking to Smokey about doing that, and how much that would cost, and have it be $500? Was it more of a plan than they actually told the police officer? Because now we really can't do anything about it. And I realized, maybe saying, hey, he was asking me, and I am involved in these gangs, or I have been involved in these gangs, or I have these relationships with people, and I gave him the number of $5,000 that's what was going to cost. If David Shurter is getting offers from Sarah Rachel Adams of $5,000, an interesting coincidental number. I mean, if Sharilynn is saying, Thomas Schoenberger is giving him $500 a month, how long will it take for him to get $5,000 to take one of us out? Yeah, he didn't give the money to Smokey to give to the MS-13 gang, but in our mind, that would have been the chain of events, right? It wasn't like he just called up and said, oh, by the way, I'm thinking about, taking somebody out. What's the going price? What's the going price for a hitman? Do you know? Why would Smokey know about that information? Why would Sharilynn know about that information? He was specifically inquiring from Smokey to do something to us. That's how we perceived it. That's what it sounds like. Like, I just played it. That's what it sounds like to me, is what's going down. That's what it sounds like is happening. I mean, would it make a difference? I mean, did he have to give the money to Smokey to have it be in motion, to have it really be criminal? Maybe that's the part I don't understand. Maybe I should go back and call the investigators, but I'm just curious. What was it exactly that you told the police officers? And I have another question, is why did you guys sit on it for 6 months? 6 months went by. I've heard a few tall tales in my day. Yeah, but we believed it, right? I mean, I took time out of my busy schedule to call the police, to call his sheriff, to make a report on it. Tall tales are everywhere. It just matters which ones you are believing to believe or trust. But it's under my opinion, right? It's under my opinion. Hi, Angela. I mean, I've talked to Corey. He believed it. He called. Jesse called. You called, right, Gia? I called. I mean, we believed it enough. So what? We're gonna just sit back and go, oh, this is a tall tale. I don't have to pay any attention to it. This is a tall tale now? I know. I'm waiting for an answer. Oh, it's nothing. None of it's nothing. I'm just a Karen. Right? Is that it? It's nothing.
There was land on the edge of nowhere, and a voice on a glowing screen said, build it outside the system. Said, this is what freedom means. They came with hope in their pocket, and stories they wanted to prove. A crowd can feel like a family when everyone believes the same truth. They called it community. They called it a stand, but a vision gets heavier when it's held in one hand. Welcome to Bed Terrier, where the dream meets the ground, where the words sound louder than the silence around. You don't see the fault lines till the camera rolls back. This ain't the promise they sold you, it's the story after the act. There were bears in the comments, there were rules without names. Loyalty felt like shelter till it started to feel the same. Every joke had a lesson, every line had a side. If you laughed at the wrong moment, you were standing outside. Who decides what's betrayal? Who decides what's a test? When a movement calls itself truth, what happens to the rest? This is bed terrier. After the stream fades out, after the land stays quiet, and the believers sort it out. You don't leave with nothing, you don't leave unchained. This ain't the myth they handed you, it's what remains.
Yeah, that was my second favorite one, but I didn't choose it because it was like for the show, it was a little too slow, and I wanted something that popped a little bit better than that. Yeah, I agree. David Shurter needs help. He does need help, but we also need to stop him from what he's doing. I mean, I'm at the point I can't take it anymore. It's I accidentally popped myself out of my own video. Oh God, I didn't have my banner. Like, I wonder what I did with my banner. Where's my media assets? Anyway, I'm probably not going to get any. Why is this being weird? No, that's not it. Show that. Well, things just don't want to work right now. Just my luck. Okay, I'm gonna put a banner on if you do want to support my channel. I'm kind of in a funky mood about it all. I mean, everybody, just laugh it off, do this, but I'm really tired of it, and I'm feeling frustrated about it. And I feel like I'm talking to FBI and I'm talking to police here and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And it just seems like there's nothing that can ever be done. And so, now I'm just curious about where it went wrong exactly. I just feel like my time's been wasted. So I think I'm gonna make some black bean soup. I'll see you guys next time.
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and siren scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Spinning wild on the stripper City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control. Spinning wild on the stripper pole, laughing loud all for the lows. But baby, that's not my rabbit hole.